So it's been quite some time since I spoke about Ollie, and we've shipped a lot of things. One of the biggest things and the obvious things that we've shipped is the new UI. And if you use Ollie dashboard frequently, you should be able to see something new on the dashboard. When I say something new, a new UI that essentially has a more cleaner view of things. The dashboard appears way more cleaner, and you also have this new section for assigned goals, which did not exist earlier. And that's what I want to talk about via this video itself. You have the analytics, a more clear version, and you have your own licenses, which is structured differently, and then there's the API keys as well. If you look at the teams section as well, and I'm going to log into a different account to show you how and what we've changed in the team plans and how you can assign goals to your team members now. So this is my other account where I primarily have a team account, and I work with my team in order to look at the comment generation capabilities and so on. Once you go to the team section, the whole UI itself has been cleaned up for a little bit. You can see we have a more cleaner view of assigning new licenses to people, refreshing these license keys, and deleting the access for certain license keys. On top of this, the major feature that I also want to talk about is actually the sub-license goals features. Now what you can do, you want to assign them a goal to comment on LinkedIn, let's say 500 comments before a specific date. Then you can basically select the sub-licenses from in here. Let's say I select yash@explainx.ai and I can add a new goal. Now this would mean I can add a platform, and I'm going to say LinkedIn. I'm going to say publish 500 comments in next 100 days, and then you can go ahead and add this goal. You can see you got a success pop-up here, and the goal is also added here. I already had a goal assigned to my profile before this, so you can see the goal is on the top here. Now when you go to the dashboard, because the goal is assigned to the same account, you can see I have two goals on my dashboard that I need to achieve before the end of this month, or before the end of, let's say, 100 days. The days left I think is incorrect, but the idea is that you can now assign goals to your team members that they need to achieve before the designated timeline. The other improvement is that how do you track these goals? So if you go to analytics now by clicking on the team and select the license that you would want to, let's say I'm going to go ahead and select the team license here. You can see I get a breakdown of the activity with respect to usage and the active sub licenses, the platforms where this license key has been used, and the actions. If you go to the usage details, you can see this user hasn't used much post the initial Feb 7 and 8 period. There's not been any usage. If you look at the distribution, you can see there are emails that have used the license, and it kind of gives you the breakdown of which license key has been used more frequently than the other one. You also have the peak usage day, meaning when the license key was most used, and you have the average daily usage and the active days for that specific week or the timeline. So we're looking at a week here. You can also break it down or actually go to sub licenses and actually look at the usage. But if you want to look at the usage for a specific sub license, then you can click on any of these sub licenses, and then you can see their specific usage to them in here. This one is again overall, but this one will give you like an overview of the license usage for that specific account. So this is what we've changed in the team flow. For new users, we've also kind of made some updates to the onboarding flow, and I think if you're a part of the platform, you might already know this. So all of this is same, but we made this more simpler to do, right? So right now, when you go through this flow, initially this was very hard. Now this is way more simpler. One more thing that I want to talk about is that recently when we pushed a new update on Google, our extension was taken down temporarily on Google because of some verification problem. What we over time want to do is we want to migrate it away from Google such that even if our extension is not listed on Google at specific point of time, we still have the capacity to distribute the extension. So that is something that we're working on throughout this month, and the other things in the roadmap also include things like improvement to the extension, support for multiple other platforms, and the overall or the overarching goal for me is to make the extension available across all the websites, and which is something that I think we'll be targeting across in the March month. And we're also obviously working on things like advanced auto commenting features and so on. So I can give you a sneak peek with respect to what we are doing, and it's only accessible by select few accounts right now. So I'm going to just show you a sneak peek right now. So if you are a part of our beta testing team right now, if you go to tools, you will be able to find something called auto commenter. Now this auto commenter essentially connects to LinkedIn API and comments on posts on your behalf. Again, this is a very limited access feature right now only for beta testers, but in the future, most of us will be able to use it via our credits. Essentially what we will do is select the hashtags we want to auto comment on. We use our brand voice and add, let's say, 10 posts. Now when we save the configuration, you can see with the amount of credits available, we can auto comment for 148 days, because one credit consumes, or one post or one comment consumes becomes one credit. So once you save the configuration on a daily basis, the auto commenter will automatically go to LinkedIn in this scenario and comment on social media posts. We're also working on Reddit, which I think I'm very excited about. And the flow is going to be similar to what you have on LinkedIn. Just that on with respect to LinkedIn, you select specific hashtags. With Reddit also, you think we'll have something similar with respect to keywords or subreddits that you want to select. So really excited to be working on these top features. And one of the features that I've been discussing with my team is to build something like a desktop app that can essentially help you run your social media on autopilot. And I've been speaking to a set of users who've been using Ollie with some other tools in order to automate their day-to-day comments. And obviously we'll take their feedback before we roll this out to other users as well. Right now it's restricted to just us internally. But I think next week, once we have more clarity with respect to how things are going, we are going to be rolling this out to more people, especially beta testers, and maybe 2 to 3 weeks down the line, this will become available for the rest of us. So I hope you guys are excited for what we are doing in the backend. If you guys have any questions with respect to newer features that you'd want to see and support and bugs that you want to report, please join our Discord. If you have questions, we will be more than happy to resolve it very quickly via the Discord channel. But either ways, you can drop the questions in the comments and we'll be happy to address those as well. Thank you so much for watching this and have a great rest of the day.